Stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. When adults leave for work, who can help children do their schoolwork online? ABC 7's Kate Beery is live at the YWCA in central El Paso. And Kate, how is the Y helping parents juggle work and their kids?
Well, Stephanie, let me tell you, before you can get anywhere close to kids at the Y, you have to get a temperature check. What is it?
96.1.
96.1. Thanks, Elva. And starting next week, the Y will actually bring in tutors to help these kids with their schoolwork.
I got goodies.
That's right. It's not just fun and games at the Y. Starting next week, there will be tutors on site to help those kids with virtual learning. The cost of the child care is $110 per week, but there is a grant to make it more affordable. Thousands of students might be starting the year remotely, but thousands of parents must leave every day for their jobs. One healthcare worker told us her girls need the one-on-one attention.
Yes, it's been very helpful because mothers like us that work need our children at a place where they can be taken care of. And in my case, it's been very helpful with this situation.
So guys, what do we have to say to all the healthcare workers and everybody working at the Y? 3, 2, 1. Thank you! Woo! Live in Central El Paso, Kate Beery, ABC 7.
All right, Kate, looks like you're having a lot of fun. And care for newborns is available, and it's available through 13 years old. And there are 5 different locations around town for working parents as well. The city, meantime, is reporting 3 new COVID-19 related deaths. They were all men between the ages of 40 and 90. They had underlying health conditions as well. The death toll now stands at 310. Officials also announced 274 cases, which means the number of known active cases increased and now stands at 4,349, which is a record for the county. Another 163 people have recovered, which means there have been 12,551 recoveries. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is planning on coming to El Paso tomorrow for a briefing with local officials on the impact the pandemic has had on the borderland. The governor's office says Abbott will be joined by the Texas Division of Emergency Management Chief Nim Kidd. El Paso Mayor Dean Margo is also expected to be among those who will be with Abbott. The trip comes as the state has topped 500,000 virus infections, with 17,000 of those, as you just heard, coming in here in El Paso. Abbott and other state officials say there is optimism amid declining hospitalizations in both Texas and El Paso. Grocery shopping, working out at the gym, shopping at a mall. These are things most people are still doing during this pandemic. But do you know which activity puts you most at risk of catching COVID-19? The Texas Medical Association ranked everyday activities from low to high risk. ABC 7's Iris Lopez went to ask locals what they thought were the riskiest activities.
Opening our mail, it's something we all do on a regular basis, and although our mail goes from others before it gets to us, it's still in the low-risk category. And that's according to this chart by the Texas Medical Association. But there's one activity all locals agree is high risk during this pandemic.
The high-risk areas, I think, are the bars.
Yeah, I would say bar, definitely.
Like bars? Bars, yes, I do think so.
And they're correct. According to physicians from TMA COVID-19 Task Force and the Committee on Infectious Diseases, going to a bar is the most high-risk activity during this pandemic. What about kids going back to school?
I think that's dangerous, sending kids to school.
I think that's moderate. That's essential. I think that has to happen.
Sending kids to school, I don't think will be a problem, but I mean, it's still to be seen. We don't know.
According to the chart, going back to school is in the moderate category. And with a lot of everyday activities being high risk during the pandemic, families are spending more time outdoors.
Well, I go camping, I go fishing because I have a boat, and I don't deal with anybody, so there's no, to me, hasn't been any risk.
Outdoor activities like camping is a low risk activity compared to eating at a restaurant, working out at the gym, stadium. So why do these activities pose a higher risk? Well, experts say that COVID-19 is spread easily from direct to indirect contact. So if you're touching something like mail, that has germs on it. That's why it's always good to remind yourself to wash your hands. But the other way this virus is spread is through droplets and aerosols, which is why we unknowingly spread every time we talk, sneeze, or cough. That's why it's so important to wear a mask
and social distance.
So you got to be careful. It's all common sense.
Iris Lopez, ABC 7.
You can find the whole chart by clicking on this story at kvia.com.